So, every journey is different. No drop is the same than another. No drop is the same than itself, even. That's the proof that there is only the totality. That you cannot be the same as yourself in the form, not even 2 seconds. So then, what else you are actually then? What else you are? Well, there's no other alternative. You are the totality. If you are not the same of yourself in the form, then you can only be the same of yourself in the formlessness, which is the totality. If your eye is not the same in the form, what's your eye really? Your eye is the infinite, no other. What other eye you are? The infinite, which includes everything and everyone. The apparent everything and the apparent everyone. It's all you. Your I am, yourself. If not, try to distinguish yourself from yourself in the form of 20 years ago. You will not find anything in common in the form, in the realm of appearance, in the scientific sense. You will not find anything, not even an atom, nothing in common. Where's the link between that you and the other you? The you of today and the you of 20 years ago. Where's the link? Nowhere. The link is only thought. But you are not that. But you are not that. Your eye is not that form. Your eye is the infinite. Because between those forms there is no link, as I say. No material link or common element, nothing. No atom, no cell, nothing is occupying your body of now, of then. So only thought projects, this is the same Barbara, I'm still the same Barbara of 20 years ago. No, only thought projects that. If you want to identify yourself to something, your I to something, do not say I am the same Barbara. Say I am the absolute. I am the totality. I am all. That's the real I. That's what the drop will realize at some point. Consciousness, which is the true nature of the drop, will realize, oh, I am just the totality of this water. I am the ocean of consciousness, awareness, beingness. I cannot be the same drop of the moment ago, because the drop is physically another. So, my projection, my association of the thought I to that drop was wrong, was mistaken, was a misunderstanding. For a purpose, I said before. On purpose. To serve a function. The enlightenment of the totality. To itself. The totality gets reflected to itself through the apparent separated entities. But only when the separated entity realizes it does not exist, it only exists the totality, then that apparent separated entity, separated mind, which is only apparent, serves the totality, which is and has always been. You know. When the water of the drop says, I am the water of the ocean, it's the same water, but has to appear as a drop to be able to recognize it. As a thinking drop has to appear, not only as a drop, has to appear as a thinking drop to be able to return from that duality to non-duality. It's a paradox, but that's the case.
So we can't be held liable for the mistake because that's part of the design.
Who would be liable to begin with? If you are the creator, if you are the totality, you are the ocean where all the drops come from. And you are all the drops at the same time, not only one drop. You are all the drops and in their source. So who would be responsible, liable for the mistake of the belief in ego, the belief in separate identity or entity? Nobody. There's no one to. If that's a mistake and a misunderstanding and a wrong notion that there's an ego, how can you blame the ego of that mistake? If there's no ego, we're saying there's no ego, then how can the ego can be a mistake of itself if it does not exist? So it's obviously there's no one to blame and there's no mistake. It's perfect like it is. It's the journey of the ocean enlightening itself without moving from itself, because it has never moved from itself. Despite the drop has jumped from the bed of the ocean has never changed in itself, has always been itself, has never moved from itself, from its place, just moves within itself and allows aspects of itself to take apparent personality, just to enjoy itself, just to realize itself. So it's a radical understanding that there is no ego. But that's the case. That's what Buddha also taught when he spoke of an atma or anatta. But that there is no ego doesn't mean there is no capital letter or uppercase self. Yes, self is the totality, is the ocean. Ego is the particular entity, temporal, circumstantial, made of whatever aggregates, whatever molecules, whatever. That's illusion. Has never been separated from the rest. It's just thought that creates the idea, this is a microphone, this is separate from everything else, because I say so. You see, because I say so is what is happening. The power of because I say so creates the illusion of ego. There's no ego. There's only the Dharmakaya, or the Brahman, or Para-Brahman, or Shiva, or Param Shiva, or the totality, or the Tao, or whatever we want to call it. Only that, the self. Ramana calls that the self, Ramana Maharshi. And Nisargadatta calls it Para-Brahman, or Paramatman. And the Buddhists call it Dharmakaya. The name doesn't matter. Totality, truth, reality. That's all. One thing only. The secondless one. The one without second. That's all. So nobody is responsible of anything because everything is following the law. The law is never, never, never broken and violated. Never. The Dharma.